but like, oh man, like why did nobody tell me about those? Pregnancy is just not beautiful for me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about pregnancy things and things that happen to your body while you're pregnant that nobody ever talks about. I don't know why no one talks about these things, but I feel like we need to talk about them because they are just so strange. So if you guys like today's video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. And if you guys aren't already, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below so you are notified every time I post a new video. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The first weird thing that no one talks about is the fact that everything on you starts to grow extremely fast. I mean, your hair, your nails, your toenails, your feet, your fingers, like everything just gets so much bigger or starts to grow really fast. I feel like I have to get my hair done all the time because it constantly is just like growing so fast and looking so grown out. My fingers get so swollen in pregnancy. I can barely get my ring on and off, and before I was pregnant, it was actually too big to the point where it would fall off. My nails and my toenails grow extremely fast. I feel like I have to cut them at least once or twice a week. That probably has something to do with the prenatals, I'm assuming, but it's still so strange. Like I can cut my nails and then a couple days later, they're long again, and it just like literally blows my mind. And what I mean by feet is the fact that your feet will literally grow shoe sizes. So before I had any of my babies, I was a size 5 and now I'm a size 7. And it was just like such a bummer because I had to get rid of all of my old shoes. They didn't fit me anymore. And you know, I just was like, why are my feet growing? Next thing absolutely no one told me or warned me about was the fact that I was gonna smell. And I mean smell like armpit, like BO. Your BO is like way worse. I feel like I have to put deodorant on at least twice a day because it just like, you know, there's just a lot of blood flow going on and it causes a lot of, you know, just I don't know, but it's so fun. You also are gonna smell down there. So when you are pregnant, you will notice you have a lot more discharge. That is totally normal and that's actually a good thing. That is your body preventing any bacteria or like potential infection to get up and get to your baby. So it's a really good thing that, you know, your body produces extra discharge, but it does cause it to be a little smellier down there, I'm gonna be honest. So just invest in some panty liners. They work great for that. It's really strange how you can take a shower and then 30 minutes later, you'll smell yourself. And it's just like, why? Like, why? Another thing is that you leak and you're gonna leak from your breasts. Your body is preparing to feed your baby. So while you're pregnant, it is starting to, you know, get ready to produce milk. And so towards the end of your 3rd trimester, right before you are about to have your baby, you might notice that your boobs are starting to leak milk. And that is totally normal, but no one ever warned me about that. So when I was pregnant with my first, I took my bra off one day and there were like circles of milk in them. I didn't expect to see that day, so it was just super weird. So towards the end of your pregnancy, you might need to start wearing some like breast pads just because they will absorb the milk that potentially leaks out of your boobs. Another one is that you will get rashes in the weirdest spots. So in my first pregnancy, I got a huge rash on the side of my face. I will try to find a picture if I can. I will put it right here, but it was just the weirdest thing. I had like this rash all on the side of my face. I think it even went down into my neck, and I think that was around 11 or 12 weeks, and it was just like, what is happening? Like I said, it was my first baby, so I just did not expect to see that. Woke up one morning with a giant rash on my face, and it was just like, why? My second pregnancy, I didn't get any rashes on my face, but I did get them on the back of my legs and on my arms. And then this pregnancy, I have been getting rashes like where my thigh gap should be, but I don't have a thigh gap. So I think it's just like my thighs rubbing together. It's creating a rash. And then with like the extra discharge situation going on down there, it's just like not fun. It's not a good situation. And it's like, sometimes we'll get itchy. So yeah, prepare yourself to be itchy and to get rashes. Not fun, but it happens. Whoever told me that when you're pregnant, you're gonna have this like pregnancy glow and you're gonna have really clear skin was absolutely lying to me, because I have anything but a pregnancy glow. Another wonderful thing that literally no one mentioned to me was hemorrhoids, constipation, bloated, like gassiness. I don't know why no one talks about this, because I have had it every single one of my pregnancies, and it is just like so uncomfortable. It's not fun at all. Constipation usually starts right away. That is actually usually one of the ways I know that I'm pregnant before I actually know that I'm pregnant, is I will be constipated and I will also be really bloated. The hemorrhoids usually start in the second trimester for me, and they go until I deliver my babies, but they don't cause too much discomfort other than like the uncontrollable itchiness that they bring. It's just like so uncomfortable, and there's really nothing you can do about them. But like, oh man, like why did nobody tell me about those? Because hemorrhoids are like the worst part of it. Like they are just so uncomfortable because they're so itchy. And then you're also like so gassy literally all the time. It doesn't matter what I eat, I feel like I'm always gassy. And I looked it up because I was like, why am I always so gassy? And what I found out is that when you're pregnant, your body produces progesterone. Apparently progesterone relaxes the muscles of your intestines, which then causes gas to build up, and then we all know what that leads to. So, I mean, there's a reason for it, but it's just like, pregnancy is just not beautiful for me. Like, it's just unfortunate how many like gross things happen to my body. Another one nobody told me about was the fact that your pelvis can literally split apart. It is called Symphysis Pubis Dysfunction. If you guys have been following me for a while, you've heard me talk about it. And it is where your body, when you're pregnant, produces the hormone relaxin, which like gears up for baby to come. It allows things to stretch and to like move and make way for baby to, you know, enter the world. But sometimes your body produces too much of it or too early on. And so in turn, your pelvis will literally split apart, and it is the most painful, uncomfortable thing. Usually starts to happen around the second trimester. For me, it always does. And it was crippling in my second pregnancy. This time I've been handling it a lot better, but it's still very uncomfortable. Just know that if it's happening to you, you're not alone. I totally understand how uncomfortable it is. It makes it extremely hard to switch positions in bed while you're sleeping. It makes it extremely hard to get out of bed. So not only do you have like this giant baby in your belly that's making it hard for you to move around, you also have to deal with like the crippling pelvic pain. And it's just like really unfortunate that it happens. And it doesn't happen to everyone. It only happens to like, I think 20% of women, I believe. I don't actually know that that's true, but I do know that the number is relatively small. So if you're one of the lucky ones, same. Another one are changes to your boobs. So like I said, everything starts to grow. So yeah, your boobs will start to get bigger, but also so will your areolas. Your nipples will get bigger. They get darker, they get veiny. The reason that your areolas will get bigger and darker is because when babies are first born, their vision is extremely blurry. And so when it's time for them to eat, it helps them see like where they're supposed to be eating. And so in my experience, my nipples have gone down, my areolas do get a little lighter. You know, my boobs definitely do not look anything like they did before I had babies, but they don't stay the way they will look when you have a baby. They will change back semi-normal. Like I said, they will go back down and start to look semi-normal, but unfortunately, your boobs will look like saggy, deflated balloons if they're anything like mine. When I'm done breastfeeding, my boobs go from like huge, like very big breasts to like before I had kids, I was a C cup, and then after I had kids and like when I'm not breastfeeding, I'm a B. And they're like, they do not look anything like they used to. The last thing is you are literally going to pee yourself, and it happens to probably every pregnant woman out there. I don't even want to know how many times I have peed my pants during pregnancies, but it is so not fun. I'm gonna tell you guys a really embarrassing story. When I was pregnant with my oldest, I was working at Nordstrom and I was wearing a dress and I literally sneezed and I peed myself, and I had pee running down my legs in the middle of my shift. Thank goodness the department I worked in was right next to the bathroom. I literally ran over there, but it was so embarrassing. I literally peed my pants at work. I will never forget that. And I think I literally have peed myself like at least 10 times. And it gets worse with each pregnancy. Like, it's just harder and harder to hold your pee. I think that's probably normal. And sometimes when you pee yourself, it'll be a lot, like it was that one time, or it'll just be like a little bit. And that's, again, where panty liners come in great, because sometimes baby will like kick your bladder really hard and you'll let a little pee out, but it will just be a little bit, not enough to like actually like full on pee yourself, but it's just a little bit. And so the panty liners, if you're wearing them, will catch the pee, which is like a great thing. I love panty liners. They are like literally a godsend in pregnancy. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you found some of this helpful, or just kind of, you know, you might be experiencing it, but like you're not sure if anyone else does. I'm telling you, like, literally it happens and it's okay. It's part of pregnancy. No, it's not the most like beautiful, glamorous thing, but just remember, you are growing a human and it's only temporary. So again, if you guys like today's video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in my next one.